What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, you guys are last but not least in the zodiac lineup for group 3. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so um, this is a double reading for you guys, Aries, for the month of May and the month of June. Really trying to wind things down with everyone. I still have a few more to do. So just trying to pretty much double up from falling behind. Okay. And then hopefully everybody will be on one accord in July. All right. So to just catch you guys up a little bit, in the month of May, we had the new moon on the 7th, the first quarter moon on the 15th, and we had the full moon on the 23rd, which was actually kind of a repeat full moon from April being on the same day. Okay. You may have experienced some reoccurring changes that carried over from April. They should be complete for you guys. There may be some things that might be behind, okay? Only because of the fact of uh, really in the month of May not worrying about it, because the month of May is literally the 5th month of the year. And so within that 5th month, there are always going to be a lot of changes, okay? Having the inner strength to make the changes as they're needed, okay? Um, in the month of June, take the time to assess your progress, possibly within the last 2 to 3 months for you guys, Aries. Um, there, you may still be stressing over some of the changes that you've made, as far as like if other people are involved in those changes, as far as maybe communication. A burnout requires the need to recenter yourself. If you're a spiritualist, take the time to charge or change out your crystals, hopefully on the full moon. Of course, this is now coming after the full moon, which was on the 21st of June. The 6th was the new moon for you to take the time to actually assess your progress, being that it was not only a new moon, but also on the 6th day on the 6th month of the year. Okay. The 14th was on the first quarter moon. Okay. So with that 14th equaling out to 5, following your intuition in regards to change, as it would be a positive progression forward. Okay. And then, like I said, recentering yourself on the 21st, maybe during that week or even this week here that is just past, coming after that 21st, probably found yourself wanting to really rest a lot. Okay. And so hopefully you actually took the time to do that, Aries, so that way you can be fully rejuvenated to make progress moving forward in the next 2 to 3 months. Okay. So whatever it is that you guys are working on, it really does require maybe a lot of mental and physical energy from you. So you may be a little bit stressed in both of those areas. So just make sure you're taking the necessary rest that you need. Okay. So with these readings being double months, we're going to lay out 6 cards, 3 for each month of May and then the month of June. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle for you guys. There is still going to be clarifiers. I'm going to use the regular Rider's Waite to clarify, but we're only going to use 3 cards in between Aries for you guys to clarify the energy interchanging between the months of May and June. Okay. So we got that shuffle done along with the cut, and then I'll shuffle again for the month of June. Okay, so one from the top is for the new moon in May. One from the bottom is for the first quarter moon, and then one energetically from the middle okay, kind of refocusing on which card to take there for the full moon in May. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and shuffle for the month of June. Energy for Aries in the month of June. Energy for Aries in the month of June. Last shuffle. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and cut. One from the top for the new moon in June. One from the bottom for the first quarter moon. And then one energetically from the middle is for the full moon in June. Okay, so there is all our energy for all the moon phases. Okay, so let's see what we had going on for you guys in May. Okay, for new moon, what was your mindset towards your goal or intention in the month of May, Aries? You are good enough. Okay, you are good enough. This card also came up in Aquarius's reading, I believe. Okay, can't remember which placement it was. I think it was in the first quarter moon. You guys are always kind of piggybacking every time behind Aquarius. Okay, but possibly this was your energy. This is Virgo energy. Okay, and so maybe you had a decision in May that you were trying to make, as far as maybe going after something or marketing yourself, possibly not sure if it was business or personal situation, but needing to have this kind of courage or motivation for yourself in the month of May. Okay, as far as maybe starting some new things or new ventures. Okay, now let's see what was going on in the first quarter moon in the month of May, if you made any progress in regards to really boosting that energy and pertaining to anything that you're trying to achieve or obtain. So don't let your past hold you back. Okay, don't let your past hold you back. Okay, so Aries, I feel this energy of, again, kind of piggybacking off that you are good enough. If you had maybe people tell you no in the past, and maybe it's caused some kind of insecurity complex for you, in the sense of thinking that everyone kind of like looks down on you for certain things, but it's really kind of hindered you. Okay, and so when it comes to moving forward on either new ideas or speaking your mind on some things, know and speak with confidence. Okay, know that, let's say you've more so learned from your past, or should learn from your past, so that way you don't make the same mistakes again moving forward. Okay, that is the best way to look at things and to go about moving along in this lifetime, okay, is to not let things from your past hold you back, okay? If you've taken the time, Aries, to kind of peek into the Tap Into Your Soul series on this channel, I would definitely suggest it to you on the playlist if you haven't, okay? To ask yourself what continues to hold you back, so that way you can kind of learn from your past, okay? So do not let that hinder you from moving forward or making power moves that you know for sure you're meant to, okay? Let's look at the full moon energy for the month of May in regards to um, has the intention or goal been achieved, okay? And so we have believe in the impossible, okay? Believe in the impossible, all right? Believe in yourself, okay, Aries? Whenever I say this from a sense of even, myself, not continuously struggling with it, but occasionally, okay? Believing in the impossible, I'll give you an example in the sense of, let's say you come up with an idea, and it may shock you of this idea even coming to fruition for yourself, okay? As far as coming from yourself, okay? You are obviously tapping into untapped potential that you've never tapped into before, okay? If that makes sense, okay? And so to you, kind of still being stuck in between your current self and maybe your higher self, okay, in the sense of wanting to take that next leap of faith, okay. um, while it may seem impossible to you consciously, subconsciously you do have that ability to believe in it, because otherwise you wouldn't have thought of it, okay. So hopefully that makes sense as I just said that, but that's how I operate, okay. Because again, you can see something, which again, I just love, business practices and things of that nature. It's something that really drives me as a person, where I look at someone's business model and I can say, hey, that seems like a really good idea. And I could look at something and say, oh, that looks like it needs, a little bit more tweaking, okay. That is just something that kind of always is a passion of mine, okay. And so I do that even in the sense of what I do here on the channel, um, and kind of just meditating, talking with spirit, talking to God, praying to God, getting downloads, and saying, okay, this needs to be this way, this should be changed, what can I do to make things better, in a sense, streamlining, things of that nature. That may be something that also you, Aries, have been dealing with within the course of the last 2 to 3 months, okay. And so in doing that is improving yourself and headed to the impossible, okay. What you feel or felt at the time was impossible really was. You just had to believe that it was, okay. So with that being said, let's move into the June, okay. June energy, as we're almost out with only one more day left. Let's get into this new moon energy again for the month of June. What is your mindset during the new moon? The energy is gaining momentum, okay? The energy is gaining momentum. So either by the time you see this reading or before I put this reading out, following after May of Believe in the Impossible, the momentum, which is one of the most popular cards in these readings so far since I've started them back up, um, is that you are starting to believe in yourself, because maybe as you start working towards that goal that you're trying to achieve, you start seeing how easy it is, how things are falling in place for you, to get things done, to get to that major goal, okay, to achieve it, okay. And so it's that much easier because the momentum is getting higher as you start, acquiring things, okay. So that's new moon energy and kind of going against this you are good enough, okay. Again, realizing that you are, okay, speaking positivity into yourself, not negativity. If you speak nothing but negative about yourself or believe that in which others have said to you, you will start to believe it and you will not achieve what it is you were meant to do, okay. Block out the naysayers, take away the negative, and speak positivity into yourself. You don't need anyone to speak positivity into you when you know how good you are at what you do, okay. Now let's get into the first quarter moon energy, okay, in June. If any progress is being made, and that was on the 14th, the week of the 14th, be bold and make the first move, okay. Be bold and make the first move, all right. So whatever that situation may be that requires you to do so, okay, by first quarter moon, maybe a sense of urgency because of the fact of maybe you waiting on someone else to do something, forces you to just be bold and do it yourself, okay. Sometimes, there could be a reason for why someone was behind on doing something for you or getting back to you on some things, but as the old saying goes, never put all your eggs in one basket, okay. And that's just not in regards to, saving money, or investing, if you will, but as far as business goes, you do always want to have some kind of comparison or another person to kind of help or be skilled and knowledgeable in certain things before you ask for someone's help. That way you kind of already have done your homework a bit and no one's going to pull the wool over your eyes on it, okay. So that's a sidebar. That's for someone in particular. It's not for all of you Aries. Remember, you do share your energy. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay, in Aries, okay. And so someone else could be a different sign on your energy here, just trying to check in for their birth chart placement, okay. But be bold, make the first move, okay. Let's say you get a business card or someone's phone number, okay. Be bold and make that first move. Now, most people, like years ago, back in the day, as far as like those who were like dating consultants, things of that nature, you get someone's phone number, they say, oh, don't be the first one to hit someone up. It makes you look desperate. But it really doesn't. If you really like someone, why bullshit? Okay, just go ahead and make the first move. Okay, if this is in regards to love, or because you'll never know unless you ask. Okay, and for me personally, I'm a person that is very direct. If I feel a certain way and you're making me feel a certain way, and I've observed, basically the connection in a sense, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to speak on it. All right. Now, if somebody wants to beat around the bush or kind of avoid having the conversation, then that's literally your answer in a way, and you can back away. Okay. But no one has time to be bullshitting other people. Okay. Just feel what you feel for someone. If you like someone, say you like them and keep it moving. Okay. They need to reciprocate in a way. All right. It's no need to, put up guards or put up walls when it's quite obvious. Okay. And whatever that feeling is, I feel like something in the fall changes. Okay. Is something in particular, it's for someone. If it's for you, feel free to like, share, and subscribe so that way you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. Okay, Aries? So let's move forward and let's see what this full moon energy is, in the sense of if the goal or intention has been achieved. Okay. Full moon energy, 21st. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. So this is Taurus energy, full moon in Taurus. Again, you can look up in your spare time what full moon in Taurus means, when it is, okay? But putting this against this believe in the impossible, okay? During May, maybe you had this epiphany, this great, amazing idea, okay? Again, it's just an idea in the month of May. By June, you're starting to maybe see or start to plan out your dreams, again, are spirit, God, the universe speaking to you, showing you based off of what it is that you are not only meant to do, but what it is you are trying to achieve. Okay. And so follow your dreams, understand that maybe what you're seeing is what can be at a later time. Okay. As led by divine. Okay. By divine energy. So needing a practical plan, all right, means plan it out. Don't go head first and say, I want to do this, put all your money in it, and then it falls, okay? Not in a bad way, but just falls in a sense of you don't want to have to keep on going back and forth fixing things that you could have planned for in advance, okay, before even piloting it, okay. Same thing goes for over fantasizing about a connection, okay. Be practical. If you look at someone and you're like, oh, that's going to be my next husband, or that's going to be my future wife, how do you plan to get there? Don't scare the person off, because people are so scared of commitment these days. Nonetheless, okay, so go slow with it, be practical with it in the sense of love, all right, if that's where you are right now, okay, Aries. Take your time, be practical about it. Yes, that may be where you want to go in the future, but it takes time to get there, okay. So let's get into the clarifiers here. We're going to go ahead and shuffle. Like I said, we're going to pick one card for each moon phase between the months, okay? So we do have the Five of Cups here and the Four of Swords, okay? So probably, Aries, during between these 2 months, you've had a lot of things to kind of reflect upon. Possibly, some disappointments every now and again. Again, remember with this Five of Cups, 5 coming out, okay, in the sense of changes happening, okay. Not being completely disappointed with things that didn't go the way that you planned, okay, because you still have something to be, be proud of with the Two of Cups behind him, okay. So reflect on the things that didn't go the way that you wanted. It doesn't mean that you can't, try again, but in a different way, okay? Take the time to think about it. As the Four of Swords is here yet again, but with the Seven of Cups, okay? So that Five of Cups jumps up to a 7. Multiple options and avenues, okay? Maybe a lot of feelings involved, okay, that you still have to kind of consider, okay, and reflect upon, okay, what will be the best option for you, okay, and whatever it is that you are trying to do right now, okay, Aries. Let's get another shuffle in on this last split before we do the last shuffle. Seven of Cups yet again with the Eight of Pentacles, okay? Working on these multiple options, multiple choices, working towards something, okay? Which is perfect, okay? You have multiple things to work on right now, Aries. Recentering your focus, okay? Like I said, taking the time to rest to avoid that burnout, and getting back to work. Okay, even if it is just writing things out diligently, so that way you know how to attack each thing. Okay, so last shuffle here, and then we're going to go ahead and cut. And let's see what's going on in between these months with the moon phases. One from the top for new moon energy, one from the bottom for first quarter moon energy, and then one energetically from the middle for the full moon energy. Almost was going to go a different way. My eye was kind of moving a little bit back and forth, so it was a lot of energy, but again, hopefully, resonating with, again, sun, moon, rising, and Venus in Aries. We'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is of the energy on this spread. So to start, let's see this new moon energy clarification. You are good enough, and the energy is gaining momentum, okay, is being clarified by the Page of Cups, okay, Page of Cups. Very light-hearted energy in regards to feelings, okay, in between this kind of energy here of knowing that you're good enough. Maybe again something so minute, minuscule remark of some sort that kind of touches on the heart space, okay. Maybe that person didn't really mean anything by it. Maybe a slip of the tongue kind of vibe, okay. For some reason that came out, but in regards, that kind of dug into your heart space a bit and your mental space, okay. In one side of things, it could have been something that someone said that was a little bit flirty. Maybe you went through something in your past, that what this person said was very lighthearted, very flirty, and potentially, made you feel as though you are good enough, okay, for this person, or in general, okay, and thus the energy between you and this person is gaining momentum, okay. That is for a particular set of you Aries, okay. In other terms, like I said, someone still slip of the tongue in a way, said something. It's, of course, I never do reversals, but I still can pick up on some kind of negative energy, and it's very slight. It's not, overwhelming the collective, okay, in a sense, but it's this energy of maybe some of you that kind of deal with certain people in your circle, possibly that are, saying things very slide, shade, if you will, or throwing shade. Those are the people that you need to, kind of push away, okay? Push away that negativity. You don't need that in your life right now, okay? And so kind of learn to move away from it, not acknowledge it, speak positive affirmations into yourself, and not rely on them, okay? So protecting your mental health, if you will, okay, which is I take very seriously on this channel. All right, now let's move on to the first quarter moon energy, all right, to see what is clarifying that. Don't let your past hold you back, and be bold and make the first move, okay, is being clarified by the Three of Pentacles, okay. We already saw Pentacle energy during the shuffle of the clarifying deck here, okay. And so rebuilding some things, okay. Maybe you speak up about what was said to you with the be bold and make the first move to no longer, you know, let things fall on deaf ears, okay? And maybe rebuild some things with some people who may have said some things. Maybe you yourself. I feel like this energy is, going throughout maybe a few of the collectives within the channel, within these readings over the course of the last few months, maybe a year, of people trying to rebuild things, okay? Don't let your past hold you back in the sense of maybe rejoining some people or allowing for some form of partnerships to happen. But definitely some rebuilding happening here in the first quarter moon energy, okay? Which is albeit fine by me as long as it's positive, okay? Now, let's get into the full moon energy between the month of May and June with believe in the impossible and your dreams need a practical plan, okay? It's being clarified by the Three of Swords, okay? Three of Swords. Now, again, like I said before during the pull of these cards, in the sense of, maybe some potential heartbreak or again disappointment for some of you, not all, okay, but just in the sense of maybe relationship more so or anything. Like I said, a practical plan. We talked about, uh, over fantasizing about a relationship and being honest with yourself if it is the end of something, okay? But believe that you can have another potential, connection with someone else that could lead to more, okay? But you have to learn from your past and not repeat certain things. Watch out for red flags, things of that nature, okay? I don't feel like there's, blame to put on anyone at this point. We'll have to see what happens in your preliminary readings that come up later on, to see if anything comes of that energy. Feel free to go check out your energy shout outs though and your heart's desire. You can find those readings on the channel in the playlist, okay? But just feels like, that 3 coming out twice means recentering yourself and equals out to 6 in the sense of reevaluating some things, okay? Maybe take the time to again reflect, as that 4 of Swords did come out, on maybe your choices in partnerships, and maybe in friendships too, okay? But again, that's not for all of you, all right? Let's see what the overall outcome is of this energy for you, Aries. And it is the 4 of Pentacles, okay? So we go from 3. We went from 8 during the split, during the shuffles, to 3, and now back up, well, to 4, okay? So 8, 3, and 4, all right? You start to hold back, all right? And be very protective of your heart space, okay? As this man in this chair is holding the pentacle, 2 under the feet, 1 on the head, and 4, the 4th one in his hands right above his right over his chest, okay? Almost like shielding it, okay? You are a very valuable person in the sense of your morals, your values, and what you stand for, okay? And so protecting your feet, I feel like the pentacles underneath the feet state to protect where you're going, as far as either financially or even in value of yourself, okay? Protecting your crown, which is your head space, okay? Protecting your thoughts, realizing that you have an intellect that truly is one of a kind, okay? And somewhat unmatched, and in the sense of your wisdom, okay? And that's based off of learning from your past, all right? protecting that heart space, and being mindful of who you let in and how easily it is. Okay. 4 is always talking about protection of some sort. Okay. And so, by all means, check out the community post because I have put up some of the most frequent angel numbers that you may come across. And so, read on that and kind of, utilize it in your day to day. You may have been seeing triple fours as of lately. Okay. Triple fours, triple threes, also triple twos, focusing on what it is that you want, not what you don't want. Okay. um, 1111 in the sense of enlightenment, that is dealing with your crown chakra. Okay. So pay attention to those numbers, say a positive affirmation to yourself, and write things down, because it may help. Okay. We're going to now check into what is the message of support for Aries to achieve and manifest their goals. Okay. Hearing the possibility of 3 messages for you guys with this deck. If anything jumps out, I'll take it. Otherwise, we will cut the deck and go from the bottom for your messages. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Nothing jumped out. Although when I was pre-shuffling before the start of your reading, this deck was going crazy and stuff was jumping out. And I almost wanted to keep some stuff, but I put it back in and said, we'll wait for the reading. Okay. So let's see what you guys start off with at the bottom of the deck is insight. Okay. Insight, which says opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Okay. Opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Okay. So maybe at this point, Aries, you may be struggling with that. I would, as always, suggest, if you like, you can go onto my Etsy shop. The link is below. Remembrance has amethyst and forget me not in it, in regards to dealing with your following your intuition. It could be helpful in the sense of helping you bring in that positive energy. Okay. If you do suffer from overthinking in a negative way, then sanctuary would also be good for you. Okay. Next is water. Okay. Water, which says work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. So you guys got water, and I think Pisces also got water in their monthly manifestation. Even though you are a fire sign, I always, promote people to drink more water and stay hydrated, especially during this summer. I feel like we're going to have a lot of scorcher type days coming up, especially with July and August. I believe the 2 hottest months of the summer. But you are a fire sign, all right? And sometimes you guys may get hot under the collar from time to time. And so it's time to kind of purify that energy out, okay? To try and cool down and temper down that fire in you in certain situations of conflict, okay? And so utilize water, maybe go on somewhat of a detox, let go of the energy drinks. Sugar and heat do not mix, okay? In my personal opinion, and I've done it, okay? Be mindful of that. If you are going to drink something with sugar and caffeine, follow up with water. Like, there's certain things that I drink that actually promote me to drink more water for some reason, because anything with sugar is not really satisfying or quenching your thirst at all. Okay, you find yourself more thirsty, and what do? You go and you find something else, or you take a sip of water and it actually is refreshing to you. It's because that is what your body needs, that's what your body requires, okay? And so it's time to intake that a little bit more. If you're dealing with conflicts of the heart or with other people, I would suggest the All Right meditation oil as well, okay? Next and last message is healing feminine energy goddess, okay? Healing feminine energy, okay? With this Three of Swords coming up, okay, it feels like that feminine energy doesn't matter if you're a man either, okay? We all have feminine and masculine energy within us, and so it is time to heal that as much as you possibly can. If you find yourself hard to support or give any kind of nurturing advice to anyone, that is your feminine side, and it's obviously, battling, okay, from time to time. And so the best thing to do is to find ways to recenter that energy and kind of cleanse it. Again, water to purify ourselves, but also watch something of sentiment, okay, or read something of sentiment. If you can't say all to a box full of puppies, something's wrong with you. You need some softness, okay? I'm just saying, okay? In which they do say psychologically that looking at like puppies or kittens or pets actually allows us to feel that energy of sympathy and nurturing and softness within us, and it actually does give us some happiness as well, okay? Look it up, all right? But just seeing other things that are that of sentiment and joy and bring happiness. Maybe you need to laugh. I love watching stand-up comedy. It's one of my favorite things to do sometimes as well, to just kind of bring out that that humor, to be able to laugh at certain things, especially if I feel myself getting too serious. Okay, but sometimes you need to be serious, and sometimes you need to loosen up. Okay, Aries. So we're going to get into your current self. What is the energy of the present self of Aries? What is the energy of the present self of Aries? Last shuffle here. We'll cut the deck and we'll go directly to the bottom to get your energy currently. And we'll go to the book for additional messages. You have passion, the soul. Okay, passion, the soul. Number 14. All right, 14 coming out yet again, as 14 was the first quarter moon energy for the month of June. Okay, so finding what your true passion is. Again, we have this eye here, waterfall kind of in the universe, butterflies here, also a bare forest, if you will, as kind of like the lashes of the eye. Okay, again, protecting your said passion if it's something business related for you guys, Aries. Okay, and following your intuition on what needs to happen or what needs to be done. Let's go into the book here. I think Pisces also got that too. Just an honorable mention. Okay. What is the spark that lights you up? The divine lives within you. Consider your motivations carefully. Know where your resistance lies. We all have more than one purpose in life, and having a passion makes us feel more alive. Okay? Having a passion makes us feel more alive. Whether or not you believe in the concept of the soul, it is hard to not believe in purposeful passion. We do not need a spiritual framework to see the good being engaged When we try to attain something we want or believe we can do, okay? When we try to attain something we want or believe we can do, okay? And this is fire energy, okay? So this is kind of confirming that insight, okay? Not to let your past hold you back, and being bold and making the first move, okay? As far as it pertains to passions that you have, you can definitely watch the Heart's Desire readings. Um, or you can also check out the Ignite My Passion bath salt, which is available. It has some citrus notes in there like grapefruit that are known to be very motivating. Also, the Get to the Money spray as well, in the sense of motivate, is a motivational spray, and it can protect your assets while also igniting that passion within you as well, to start driving you towards that goal you're trying to achieve, okay? You can read all about it on my Etsy shop, okay? So now we're going into the higher self of what the potential energy is for you, Aries, in your higher self. As we wrap up your reading, what we have for you is the law of rhythm, okay? The law of rhythm, all right? You, I believe, also got the same card as Aquarius, okay? The law of rhythm, the universe is guiding you. Go with the flow. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys another one underneath that. The law of love. Your heart knows no bounds, okay? Your heart knows no bounds, all right? If you'd like, you can go and look at Aquarius's and forward and see what the message was for that. But I can go in here and I can read the both of them for you guys, which means you guys go into extended, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead, Spirit says to go ahead and read it. 33 and 47, okay? And I'm just trying to put my placement on the second one. Okay, so the universe is guiding you with the flow. Go with the flow. Okay, you might be feeling like nothing is ever going to change. Your life is not destitute. This law states that what goes up must come down and vice versa. This card is indicating that you are in a relative experience, so you can appreciate the opposite. The universe has a rhythm like the beat of your heart. What feels like darkness in your life is transforming into light. What you are experiencing right now is happening for you to build the conviction to prevail in your living truth. Okay? That is for those of you, that are, in this, hurtful time right now in regards to any disappointment that you may have based off of maybe a relationship or something not going as planned or as you thought was going to be planned, okay? Let's get into this universal law of love. Your heart knows no bounds, okay? Your heart knows no bounds. Love is the transcending of spirit through your desires, expressing itself as the flow of your heart. This card is saying your soul is ready for you to be more expressed in love. The universe is deepening your relationship or bringing you a relationship right now. Your work is to let go of suppression and repression and embrace pleasure, which includes tearing down the walls around your heart. Remember, love points the way and universal law makes it possible. Love bomb everyone you come in contact with today. Find one thing that inspires you about them. Tell them your greatest qualities. Write a love letter to a family member. Shout out your friends on social media and tell them how great they are. Okay? Now, as you can see, this is somewhat the opposite of what we said in this reading a little bit, but only for those of you who it was not meant for to hear it, okay? At this time, okay? Some of you may not experience that until later, okay? Some of you may be in that now. Take what resonates and pass the rest, okay? So that's why I said you do share your energy with others who are peering in on Aries that have your sign in their birth chart, okay? And it could be in a very influential part of their birth chart that means a lot to them, okay? It could be their third house, it could be their seventh house, it could be their ninth house, okay? It just all depends on where the placement is, okay? And so it may resonate more with them than it does with you who are an Aries and a sun sign, okay? Just want to make that clear to you, okay? So for some of you, you're rebuilding, you're connecting or reconnecting with certain people. Give them their flowers, okay? There's nothing wrong. It costs nothing to pay someone a compliment, okay? You can tell someone, oh, you like their hair, you like their shoes. They really made your day the other day with a joke that they told. Whatever the case may be, okay? It's just that extension of kindness, all right? And that also is something that aids in healing your heart, all right? If it's not that one person that you really wanted, that's not there right now, it's still other people in your life that love you just the same, okay? And you are good enough, okay? So with that being said, Aries, that is all that I have for you guys today. Hopefully there is a message here for a few of you, if not all, and I truly appreciate everyone's patronage. And until your next reading, peace.